to be your host today. You know, it wasn't too long ago that I was in the same situation that so many Americans find themselves. I was living paycheck to paycheck and struggling to make ends meet. I was trying to figure out how to fix my car while having enough money for gas and paying my mortgage. I know what it is like not to have any money in the bank. I know what it's like to be tied to a dead-end job and not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, a friend came to me and, thank God, told me about Freedom Life. Things have not been the same. Let me tell you for certain, I never in a million years, thought I'd be selling pre-need funeral insurance. It's something that never crossed my mind, not even once. I didn't go to college for this, but like so many people, I was stuck in a dead-end job. I actually decided to step out there and take a chance and invest in myself. Now, what I didn't realize was that the pre-need funeral business is one of the most lucrative industries on planet Earth. Think about it. It is a product that every single person is going to need. Just let that sink in for a moment. There are a lot of wants out there, but there are very few things that every single individual is going to need. I don't care how famous you are, how much money you have, how many people know your name. You are going to need some type of funeral services. And they're going to need it, but odds are no one has ever talked to them about a pre-need plan. When I say pre-need, I am simply saying the purchasing a funeral service in advance. As a matter of fact, odds are no one has ever talked to you about a pre-need plan. Unfortunately, we don't receive any education concerning how to take care of something that we know is inevitable. It is not discussed in high school. It's not discussed in college, grad school, not even in church. How do you miss that? Frankly, it's not discussed anywhere. This is a tragedy that so many families have to deal with. On the worst day of their lives, they are ill-equipped in dealing with the logistics of dealing with the loss of a loved one. So, on the worst day of their life, often they are dealing with a complete stranger making the most difficult decisions of their entire life. There's a better way. Now, because of you, they can, for the first time, understand the benefits of having a pre-need funeral plan. Odds are, they are going to want one for themselves and their family. When you explain some of the benefits, for example that buying your funeral services in advance freezes the cost of a funeral, that's important, because funerals average about $9,000 in cost and double in price about every 8 to 10 years. Also, once they realize that they can protect children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren under the age of 18 free of charge, chances are they are going to want one. Once they see that if something happens to them, their family won't have to talk to a stranger on the worst day of their lives and make the most difficult decisions of their lives. When they find out that they can protect their family from additional pain and potential for family disagreements and tensions that naturally happen when unexpected loss occurs, odds are they are going to want one. When they realize that for most families, even when only one installment is made, if something were to happen to them, the entire funeral would be paid for. They are going to want one. When many families find out that their pets are protected for free, you guessed it, they are going to want one. One of the aspects that is causing the industry to explode is the increasing age of baby boomers. Baby boomers are people born in the years following World War II. They are the largest demographic in the U.S. In short, and no pun intended, they are dying to see you. The short story is we are experiencing such tremendous growth, and we are literally just scratching the surface. This is an industry where there is no recession, no shortages of inventory, and no layoffs. Even when the economy is bad, our industry still does very well. Although Freedom Life Financial Group is headquartered in Dallas, Texas, it has a reach around the United States. Just to let you know, it was started by a gentleman by the name of Joel Miller. Joel went to college in Africa and Central America and did his Master's of Divinity in Florida. He worked with nonprofits and raised about $13 million for ministry-related causes. Back in 2011, he took a step back from nonprofit work to work in the funeral industry. His goal was just to work in the industry for a few months until, in his words, he found a real job. After he started making $30,000 to $40,000 a month in a relatively short period of time, he decided the job was real enough. To his surprise, the most lucrative that he had ever seen. In his words, he loved the fact that he could help people and make a great living. In his opinion, it was a win-win. It's one of the best-kept secrets in the country. Joel will help anyone, and he believes that it is part of his life's mission to let as many people know about this opportunity as possible. Through his leadership, Freedom reaches across the U.S. We work with local funeral homes around the country. This puts us in a unique position to work with local providers who have built a strong brand in their respective community. In many cases, families have already dealt with some of our local funeral home providers. Let's look again at some of the advantage of pre-need funeral services. Guaranteed issue. Even though individuals may find it difficult to get insurance with other companies, they will be guaranteed to be issued with our provider. Affordable cost. Even though it is guarantee issue and pays for the entire funeral, it is still very affordable. Premiums never go up. Unlike some plans, the premiums here will never go up. Benefits never go down. You will never have to worry about any of your benefits going down. Freezes the price. Even though funeral prices often go up, you can freeze the cost of your funeral. Full benefit after first installment. For many individuals, they will receive full coverage with their first installment, meaning that if they pass away in the next day, their entire funeral is paid for. Protects children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. If their family is under 18, they get protected for free. Free pet protection. We even provide free protection for pets. If something happens to them, we will give money toward the vet cost. Pay it off. Unlike many policies where you are paying for the rest of your life, you can pay this off and own it. Pre-need funeral plans is one of the best ways of gaining peace of mind and ensuring that your family is protected in the event of loss. When it comes to our training, it is second to none. Our goal is to see you become successful as soon as possible. Most of our training is online. You can go on the company site login to the agent portal and have access to different trainings. This gives you the freedom to train as often as you like at times that are convenient to you. We have training that includes how to fill out contracts, basic tenets of presenting, how to build an agency from day one, how to properly recruit and interview, how to close sales without pressuring the customer, and much more. We also have workshops. The workshops will give you the opportunity to hear stories from other agents and managers and tips from their experience on how you can achieve personal success. Our training includes conference calls. This is a great forum for agents to ask questions about issues that they are having in the field. We also have mentors. We believe that it is important to have individuals that can model what it means to be a successful agent. This is a company where no one walks alone. You get paid quickly. When you write an agreement with a family, you can upload that agreement into our online portal. That agreement is processed, and you can be paid in as little as 48 hours. This is great because you don't have to wait until a Friday or every 2 weeks to get paid. You can get paid quickly and frequently. Commissions, do they work? The average funeral in America is about $9,000. We are able to provide funerals for our families that range in price from $4,000 to $8,000. It could be a little more or a little less. The point is, many of our customers are receiving funerals at significant savings. As it relates to commissions, you are paid a percentage of the total amount of the policy. The commission rate will range from 10% to 24%, depending on your level of productivity and your level of promotion within the company. You have the opportunity to be promoted every 2 months. You will start as a sales representative, but can be promoted up to an executive vice president of the company. The levels of leadership are executive vice president, agency regional vice president, agency executive director, agency manager, managing leader, executive producer, lead producer, and sales representative. Promotions and commissions are based on personal production and team building. So, I am a new sales representative and I come into the company and I go out and I sell a $5,000 plan. I will earn 10% of that plan. $5,000 times 10% equals $500. That's pretty good for about an hour's work. However, if you are an agency manager, you're going to make about 18% on that same plan. So that's $5,000 times 18%. That's $900. Once again, that's pretty good for about an hour's work. Our representatives sell between 3 and 10 policies a week. But if you just sold 10 policies a month, you could earn $5,000 to $10,000 a month. On your commissions, you are advanced 80% of your commission, and 20% of your commission is placed in reserves in case of cancellations. Once your reserve hits $10,000, you will receive 100% of your commissions. So, just to recap, if you are an agency manager and you sell 10 policies a month, and the policies average $5,000, that will be $50,000 in monthly production. So $50,000 times 18% equals $9,000 a month or $108,000 a year. The thing that makes this opportunity so unique is the fact that you can build an incredible team and earn a passive income. By now, you can see that it can be lucrative by just going out and selling our plans. But if you said, I want to bring on a few people who I know, or I want to recruit a team, then the magic really happens. You'll always earn the difference between your commission level and the commission level of those you recruit. If you are at a commission level of 18% and you recruit a sales representative that makes 10%, you will earn the 8% difference. First, just to recap, as it relates to your personal production, you can sell 10 policies a month at $5,000 each and have $50,000 in monthly production. That's $50,000 multiplied by 18% will give you $9,000 a month or $108,000 a year. Next here. Now, let's say you went out and recruited 5 people, and those 5 people only wanted to work part-time. We love part-timers. Let's say your first recruit went out and only sold 1 policy a month at $5,000. They were working super part-time. The second recruit went out and sold 2 policies a month for $10,000. The third recruit went out and sold just 1 a month for $5,000. The fourth sold 2 for $10,000. The fifth sold 1 for $5,000. Your total monthly volume would be $35,000. As an agency manager, you would make 8% on very part-time workers. $35,000 times 8% equals $2,800 a month or $33,000 a year. But let's take it one step further. Let's say your 5 recruits were not as industrious as you. Let's say they went out and recruited only 3 people on their team. That's 15 recruits. Let's say that 10 of those recruits sold 2 policies a month, and 5 of those recruits only sold 1 policy a month. That would give you $115,000 of production. Even though you didn't recruit those people, you will still earn about 4% from that production. So, what you have is $115,000 in monthly production. You would multiply that times 4%, which would equal $6,900 a month or $82,000 a year in passive income. You add your personal production, add your production from your recruits, and add your production from their recruits, and you're looking at about $224,400 in monthly income. This is using the most conservative of numbers. Not too bad of an income, huh? Now, you might ask, how do I get leads? There are multiple ways of getting clients. There is your personal sphere of influence. This is a great place to utilize people that you know. This is a fertile field because most of the people that you will talk to have never even discussed a product like this. Once you explain the benefits, you will be amazed at some of the business you will receive. We offer free leads. These are targeted lists that we as a company provide. They are targeted leads where the potential customers are familiar with the funeral home we partner with. In some cases, some of these families have done business with the local funeral home. We have leads that can be purchased. There are leads that may range from 50 cents to $2 a lead. We also have leads that are $26 leads, where the appointment is actually set for you. All you do is show up to the appointment. These are leads where people are requesting insurance. Our best agents are purchasing leads each week. Our top agents are purchasing 200 to 300 in leads each week. Now, you might say that's a bit of a challenge to purchase leads. I'm not sure if I understand that. I get it, because I felt the exact same way. But look at it like this. How many times would you give someone $200 or $300 to receive in return $2,500? Would you do it once? Would you do it twice? Or would you do it as many times as you could? Once I thought of it that way, it made a lot of sense. $200 to $300 worth of leads is going to get you about 12 to 15 appointments per week. With a 35 to 40% closing rate, that's going to get you about 4 to 6 sales a week, or $2,500 to $3,000 in commissions a week. Not too bad. Finally, one of the strongest lead sources is referrals from your customers. We will show you an easy and simple way to gain and sell from referrals that you receive from your customers. The bottom line is, you can earn the same type of income with Freedom Life that people earn after going to medical school. The fact is simple. This is a product that everyone needs. You will find that very few people have spoken to anyone about this product. This industry provides you with the opportunity to serve others while earning an extraordinary living. For the next steps, I would recommend that you call the person who contacted you and have them set up an interview with one of our hiring managers. Godspeed. I know you are going to do great.